Hello everybody, welcome to ScottyDGaming. I'm Scotty D and today we're going to be playing Star Trek Resurgence. Now, I don't actually think I've ever played a Star Trek game. I used to watch the Star Trek series on and off when I was younger. I just like the idea of being in space and stuff, but I think out of Star Trek and Star Wars, actually you know what it is? Normally the contest is always between what's better, Star Trek or Star Wars. I'm more of a Star Wars guy. However, I don't think that's a proper comparison. I think Star Trek has got a lot more in common with Stargate than Star Wars, to be honest. And I'm more of a Stargate guy, if I'm honest. But still, the only things I really know about Star Trek are phasers set to stun, beam me up Scotty, Captain Spock, and that's really it. But this looks like a Telltale style game, so it's like a story based, your choices matter game. Looks interesting. I like Star Trek universe, although I don't know much about it. Let's go, baby. Begin. Beam me up, Scotty. This is a dramatic labs adventure. The relationships and events you are about to experience will be shaped by the choices you make. Also, Captain's Log. That's definitely off Star Trek. Captain's Log. Oh, the Borg as well.
Captain's
the Borg
log,
Star Trek.
Stardate 57931.4.
Yes.
The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Bit of turbulence there. Matrix!
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying.
Oh, she's a
these little
Klingon.
shuttles are the worst.
Yeah, don't shut your eyes. Keep your eyes on the prize.
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
I'll give it a try.
Look at his face, it reminds me of Mass Effect face.
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Change of station. Bro, they reversed that back into the starbase a bit too hard, didn't they? Completely rammed it. So that's us. Yeah. Got some shit on your forehead, girl. Right trigger to interact.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
It looks pretty nice. The graphics aren't like... They don't have excellent fidelity, but it looks sharp. And I do prefer sharpness over fidelity any day. I'm a sharp type of guy.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy.
I mean, that is impressive.
So, there's that.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Is this guy trying to get my knickers? There'll be none of that on my ship. I keep a
Please
tight
place your
ship.
hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds. Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before.
The pleasure's all mine.
Came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure's mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Good, we're building relationships already. Yeah, it doesn't matter if we're... The thing is though, it doesn't matter what our result in the Torvalin test was. If we're building a good crew, we want them to be good, you know what I mean? Top 20 is pretty decent.
Good day, Commander.
Good day, sir. And we run. Oh yes, we can. If we hold down left trigger, it shows everything we can interact with, which is pretty nice.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Blue skin.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
Ah, you're right. Nerves must be getting to me. Thanks so much, Commander.
Watch you don't lose your hand on the door, mate. Right, everybody over there is just chilling.
Excuse me. Have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
I see him.
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
Big ass blue head.
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
Replicate me a
Excuse me.
KFC Zinger Stacker Burger Box meal.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
It was perfectly fine. No trouble at all.
I'm glad to hear it. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
Yeah, I need more information. Tell me what you've heard.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky.
Oh, there she is. She's the beast.
The USS Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half venting plasma fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
Equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew.
Damn.
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
That's a very high price, though.
To have lost so many lives. That's a high price to pay.
Too high by any estimation. But there's nothing that can be done about it now except get back to work. And make sure it never happens again. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solana for quite some time. And I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first.
Yeah, that's all irrelevant, though.
Until they come
I'm
to
here
value
now.
your contributions as much as he does.
They will need to get over it. Hands down.
All due respect to anyone that feels that way. They're gonna have to get over it. I'm here, and I have a job to do, just like anyone else.
That's true, but I wouldn't say it like that.
Listen, you
Starfleet
can't
has assigned us
sugarcoat
a
some things.
high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Yeah, if somebody's not happy about a decision that's already been made, too bad. It's a decision that's already been made. Now move on, move forward, and get the job done. I ain't got time for bullshit. Not on my crew. Or do we play as multiple characters?
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Plasma torch. That's definitely a plasma torch. Yeah, it is. But no idea what I'm doing. Oh, I've got to get in the center. Oh, right, okay, I see. I thought we had to keep it in the semicircle on the outside. Oh, I'm a plasma torch master. Look at this. Professional plasma cutter. You didn't learn this in the academy. Shot to shit.
And that...
Right stick plus...
is that.
Okay, these inputs are a bit complicated, not gonna lie. I thought that was a D-pad, not a plus. I was like, plus D-pad? Press the D-pad? The lower docks. I imagine we get to play as everyone in the crew, probably. You think? the different
I thought the
aspects
thing
of
was
the.
totally fried.
Hey, baby.
Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
I don't think it's necessary to interact with everything, although I will try and tell this guy how to do his job
Hey,
properly.
Diaz, can you give us some help with the transporter?
Mate, you're doing it all wrong.
What's the problem?
We need to test this cargo transporter. I've never been that great with the signal plotting.
I got it. No problem.
Select waypoints to create a path through the ionic interference. The line connecting the points will lose their stability if it passes through interference. The yellow bar indicates the stability. When full, you will succeed. Use R to aim and hold right. Okay.
Come on!
Bro, look at this. Beautiful.
No sweat. Whoa, hey, buddy, get off the pad!
Carter Diaz!
Don't tell Chovak.
Not a word.
Hurry up!
Just help my brothers out. We actually can't run in this corridor.
Section 34B gives you access to...
Engineering.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
We got this, baby.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious. Looks like we got here before...
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Is that
Petty
Spock?
Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Ed Solar on repeated occasions.
Commander Chovak, isn't it true that if we were almost late, it categorically means that we were not late?
True.
That is correct, Mr. Diaz.
I mean, if anything, Ed Solar and I are following the schedule to the letter.
Yes, perhaps I should adjust the schedule accordingly.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job. Right now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
It all comes down to us, Nilly. We're the ones who will get it ready.
I know what we can do. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa. Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
Give him a chance.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts.
These guys are vibrating
Looks
with
like you got it back
excitement.
together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Welcome aboard, baby.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
I'm gonna be the
He still owes me
hot
a bottle of
dog in
soy
this
and brandy.
threesome.
Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
Oh,
See
there's
you on the other
definitely
side.
there's definitely something going on with these two. I like. I can feel a
Activating
sexual
magnetic
tension.
souls. That view never gets old.
Let's go.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
Right, let's investigate the secrets of his
You'll have
death.
to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Oh, baby. We can have the meal of the kings. Right, where's the replicator? This must be it.
Just a
Right,
sip
what-
of something.
No, we're gonna... I don't know what a Rakatagino is, but I'm gonna have some.
Decisions. Rakatagino.
Rakatagino.
That sure has a kick.
Yeah. I didn't realize replicators could like de-replicate things.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrit Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
Just want to get to work.
But, unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
You can spare me the pomp and circumstance. There's plenty of work to be done without all that.
You always had a work ethic like nothing I'd ever seen. That's just what this ship needs at the moment. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
I don't know the details.
You'll have to forgive me. I don't really know the details.
Starfleet has been kind enough to keep the story contained, probably because they want to protect me. But I don't mind telling you. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there, within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
We have to move on, though.
You have to look to the future. You can't dwell on the past, on things you can't change.
There's nothing that can be done about it now. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me.
Really?
There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission.
True.
Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
Whether I agree or disagree, I can promise that I'll be honest to a fault.
Good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, it has to be my call. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. 2 previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details at the rendezvous.
But are we prepared to embark on the mission?
As much as I'd like to think that's true, I have my doubts. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
I'll be honored.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work, you have my promise. I'll do everything in my power to see that it happens.
Thank you.
Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
Right, yeah. So, it makes sense what this guy was saying, because at first I thought he was trying to pass the blame onto his co-workers, and while that may be true, if a decision is made and you don't agree with it, you can voice your opinion, but ultimately it's irrelevant. You still have to work towards that goal because the decision has been made. If you don't, then you're going to fuck it up for the entire crew. So I do agree with that. Listen, you might not like it, but if the majority vote or the higher up vote tells you to do something, or that's the agreed upon method, you do it, or leave completely if you don't agree with it. If you disagree with it strongly, leave completely. But don't just sit there and do a shit job, because then you risk failure for not only you but your full team, if that makes sense. This is why I think politics is such a dog shit thing, because people pick sides. Oh, I'm on this side of the political spectrum, I'm on this side, right? But even when their goals align, right, one side that maybe might be the losing side will not pull their own weight or fight towards the greater good because their favourite party is not in charge. It's such a dog shit mentality. No wonder the world goes nowhere.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of?
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time, and I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
Very kind.
That's very kind of you to say. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me.
I'm not your like
that
pet
I've done
project.
Anything close to what you've done, but
Enough
you've
about me, I'm
definitely
sick of hearing
set
it.
a standard to strive for.
That's very kind of you to say, but enough about me. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Right, let's give some orders. Right, bitches, everybody, in your seats. We're about to take off.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
I think we're ready. I'm king of the castle. I have a chair.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
I wonder if their magnetic boots are automatically
Every
set
time
to
we're out
disengage.
here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No.
Yeah, like if it automatically disengage
like
when you need to
part
take a
of
step.
Machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine.
I am more than that. And so are you. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
I want to say something now. I hope that some of these interactions that we do aren't just hold a button, this, that and the other. I hope it introduces some puzzles, but I'm not sure if it will. It should. Like there should be like a puzzle here, not just hold down this button to do said thing. But what do I need? Calibration tool.
Beginning recalibration.
Right, so what you do is you just smash it. You just hit it. Tune nodes to center the circular indicators. Oh, I get it. I get it. Oh. Nailed it.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
I tuned the shit out of it.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
The problem?
Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
You think very highly of yourself. There's a time and place for it, and it's not here.
You seem to think very highly of yourself.
With good reason. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
Then I'd be dead. What do you think?
You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
Well, you could get shot. What's the difference? You moron.
Captain Solano's familiar with my condition. I'm sure it factored into his decision. So I'd have to say it's not a problem.
But we should probably have a contingency plan just in case. Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew.
Well, I've got an idea. How about you get him back? Oh wait, you can't, because he's dead, you
so I can only
twat.
hope that you'll live up to expectations.
Mr. Westbrook, if you have some kind of problem with me, and you just met me so it has nothing to do with me, you're gonna have to figure out how to get over it. Because I'm here. and I'm not going anywhere. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. I'll stick to science. That is what this ship is for.
You
Very
do
well.
that.
Seeing as Captain
Twat.
Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy, like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities.
Red alert.
Aye.
Everybody in position. Brace yourselves.
Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't
Shields
afford
up.
to get it wrong.
Shields up.
That's right.
I trust her.
Which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Bedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
It can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Yeah, I think that's the best option. The reason why I chose that is because, one, it will actually provide a shield against that
Reach the
radiation.
first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuit?
Have you noticed that the subtitles have stopped working? For whatever reason, yeah. The reason why I chose that is because it is the most sensible decision. Fair enough, you could try and deflect the blast, but then some of the blast would still hit, and those guys were on the outside of the ship. They would have been knackered. Yeah, I think that was the best choice.
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
I'll just give it a switcheroony.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Why? Oh, phaser set the blast motherfuckers off! The bitch.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
Ah, I like being able to shoot things. Whoa, the sensitive. It's a bit. Shit the bed. How sensitive is that? Hold on. We can't. Wait there. This is the limit of the options, bro. It's so sensitive. We've got the rapid fire on this. Oh, I'm about to die. You can tell absolutely zero optimization was put into controller support. Oh shit. Sneaky, sneaky.
We're almost to the regulator.
What the fuck?
Are you alright?
Yeah. Suit took most of it. Just snuck up on me.
That damaged
It
the
did.
suit. Energy dampening is down to 60%.
We're at the regulator point. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
No shit, Sherlock.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
Right does fuck all. Bling bling.
The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can...
Shit.
Get down! DS to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release this ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
We're on it.
All right, Starbase, we're on it.
Acknowledged.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order.
Fuck your order.
Jara?
Captain, you brought me here because you trusted me. Can you trust me now?
You better be sure you make the right decision.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
I'm gonna reverse the polarity.
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
Repair crew, this is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark!
Ah!
Oh shit! Go on, get out, baby, get out, baby.
I got you.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Go on, baby. Full strength. Come on. Come on. That's teamwork, son.
Look out!
Oh shit, she got one-eyed. Get it, get it, get it. I got you, girl.
I got you. Petty Officer Edselar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Going there now.
Come on, you've got this, bro.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time.
Just go. Just go. There's no time for shit like this.
No time to fight me on this. Get in there.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
Come on, bro. Oh, we took a full blast to the face. Not good. Well, I mean, it could have been her or me. I wonder what the consequences are. Interesting.
We made it.
They're safe. Bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
consider that a great success.
Nilly.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Yeah, our face is going to be all kinds of fucked up here, isn't it? It'll be like
Let's take this
Two-Face.
off. Medical. Got one wounded at my location.
Got the Mike Tyson.
Carter. You don't look so good. You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet.
It suits him.
Now let's get you down to sickbay.
Great.
Yeah. Chicks dig scars. This guy's gonna be dripping in funny, but I just you wait. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's pause it there. We'll call an episode here. The game so far, it's good. I'm enjoying it. It's a bit slow. I would like it just to pick up the pace, but you expect that in the first hour or two. You know what I mean? Just getting used to the mechanics and stuff. But yeah, I like it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. It feels like I'm in space, lads. I feel like I'm in zero gravity playing the game. Right, lads. Hope you enjoyed the episode. See you in the next one.